Hello, everyone, and welcome. Glad you're here today. Hopefully everyone can hear me all right. Those are some nice cards that Jay made. Super fun. So tonight we're going to be working with, it's called the Regal Reflections collection from Spellbinders. It was just recently released. And I'm going to show you the pieces that we're going to work with. Hey, ECR, welcome. Glad you could join. So I'm just going to switch my, oh good, you can hear me. Sometimes I mess up, I mute when I'm not supposed to, and so I thought I'd check. Anyway, so this is included in this is the arch punch and pierce plate. So it'll punch and pierce. I've got, I'm gonna pull it out and show it to you real quick. It's looks just like this, and it's got a lot of detail. Hello, Teresa. Let's see. I'll run through the crowd here. We've got, looks like we've got Anne is here, Blossom's here, Anne's here. We've got Lala's here. E. Miller, welcome. Hey, Jim, welcome. Of course, we have Jay and ECR and Teresa. Anyway, welcome everyone. So I have got the, this piece here. And I have already die cut at least one out with it, and I'm going to do another one because I want to have two tones. But basically, you're going to get 3 layers, and I haven't punched all the bits out of these yet, but you're basically getting 3 arch frames with it. Now, I did notice, I'm going to mention on the Spellbinders site, this is really cool. It is sold out, but I have linked up scrapbookpal.com. You can pick it up there. They still have it available. So if you are interested in it, you'll have to pick it up there because currently Spellbinders is sold out, and that's unfortunate, but you can get it at scrapbookpal.com. So I've got that link in the description box. But anyway, so that's that. And then we have got the Regal Blooms, and this is just a die set with a like a fancy pot for the flowers or vase or whatever, and then some real spindly looking flowers. They're real leggy looking, and so that's what that is. We're gonna work with it. And while I was watching Jay's live, I was die cutting. Now this is probably one of the strangest sets I have worked with. This is called Regal Pear, and it is really kind of an interesting looking set, and I was die cutting it out. In fact, I even assembled one because I was like, I need to figure out what I'm doing here. But these are the pieces to it. There are 21 cutting dies on this, and it's called Regal Pear. So we're going to work with that. And then we've also got an embossing folder. We've got this 3D embossing folder as part of the collection called Regal Lace. And this is one of these in which you get a 2-for-1. We've got, let me put some paper in here. Just to kind of show the different, maybe you'll be able to see it if I do this. So we've got, well, if I can get it in there straight. One of them has got an arch on it. It's like a real pretty floral arch, just really pretty. And then we've kind of got just like a, I don't know, like a basket weave or lattice, I guess lattice, hence the lattice pattern on it. So really nice 3D embossing folder. And we'll use that on one of our cards. But we're going to need to get started because we've got some assembly going on. Now, I did go on, and I want to mention that I did go on to Spellbinders website and I printed off the assembly of the dogs. And you have to make sure you get the right, you're going to have a tail going one way and a tail going the other. And the ears are kind of in opposite. Mine aren't going to be just because of the way I've assembled one of them. But anyway, and then you have a pillow that the dogs are sitting on, and then they've got like a chain. Anyway, so we're going to get started with that, and then we'll work with the floral element, and hopefully we can be able to get use all these pieces. So anyway, we'll start off with this. Um, and I did die cut everything out. I went ahead so that I wouldn't be completely fumbling around, and I assembled this one. I'm making a pink and a purple dog. Hi, Patricia, welcome. Anyway, yeah, a lot of pieces with this set, so we'll get going on it. But so this is going to be the one that's going to sit on this side. And like I said, I immediately went and printed off the guide so that I would know what I was doing. I've also got their pillows that they're going to sit on. Daria has given me some suede paper, and so we've got a suede purple pillow and we've got a suede pink pillow that they're going to sit on because they are royalty. Anyway, so we'll just get started on this and get them assembled. So obviously this is the, I guess, mirrored image of that. And this is a little bit kind of tricky to figure out how to line it up. It took me a minute to get it lined up to where you're covering all of your, and I got to remember how I did it. Let's flip it over and look. So basically you're going to kind of angle it to where it lines up and covers. You've got your spots on both. So it's going to go like that. Anyway, so we're going to need our fine tip glue nozzle, which, oh, there it is. I was going to say, I just used it because while Jay was assembling his cards, I was assembling this purple dog here. But anyway, so we're going to get going on this and get this assembled. And so I may have bitten off more than I can chew here, but we'll figure it out. Hopefully we can get it figured out. And you just have to get that positioned at the right angle to where all of your little spots are covered with pink or whatever color you're using. Like that. And so look how weird that looks. I mean, it's just a weird looking little thing. Is my craft room reset? Yes. Yes, it is. I have just a few fine tweaks. Let me probably give you a sneak peek here really quick. I don't know if you can see behind me. I'm going to move out of the way and move this a little bit. You can see I've got all new cabinetry back there. So yeah, hi Denise, she's listening from work. Yeah, I got all new cabinetry along the back, and I took out all the cubby units, and it was actually a bigger project than just the craft room. So I got this done. My son-in-law is going to do a couple things to make it very custom. He's going to finish off some. They came for lunch every Sunday. I feed the kids and everything for after church for lunch, and they came, and I was able to show him, and he's like, "Oh yeah, we'll do this and this and this." So he has a plan to kind of finish off, tweak it a little bit for me. So that's going to be fun. But it's really pretty, and I like it, and it's very clean, and my room looks a lot bigger now, and so I'm incredibly happy with that. But you know what happens when you rearrange? You can't find anything. So I had made some card bases, and I don't know where they are. So I had to cut some more just before we went live so that I would have some card bases, but I have no idea where they are at this point, but I'll figure it out. But anyway, so the cube units that I had in here, I took some of them and put them in my closet and reorganized my closet. And then I took some of them and put them in the our spare bedroom, our guest bedroom, where I keep a lot of my decor in that closet. And I started doing that. So it was like a snowball effect. So my entire closet got a complete makeover. And then last night I started in that spare bedroom and started, and I was able to fit those cube units in the closet. I already have like racks and stuff in there, but this enabled me to really create some particular bins that would work really nice in there. And I had a lot of my decor in like those totes. And as I was working, I was emptying these big totes, just kept emptying and emptying. And I was still having room in these cube units. And I told my husband, I'm like, this doesn't add up. These totes were huge, but evidently the cube unit just is just a better storage option for the pieces that I had, because I got 3 totes out of there, and that one particular unit that I have in there still has room to have some things. So I don't know. I guess it just didn't make sense to me. But anyway, so yeah, so I got things cleaned up in here and also in the rest of the house. I'm still trying to figure out if I'm laying this in the right direction, but I don't think it matters. It's just detail. It's like a detail there. Where's my little picture? Yeah, I think I did get it laid down there right. I just need to push it around. Anyway, so I am planning a craft room tour, and that'll be coming up. My sister came over and saw it today, and she was really excited. My little grandson, that's 4, he came in on Friday night, and I said, "Come look at Nana's room," because they love to hang out in here. And he was like, "Oh," um, he's like, "It's so cool. I love it." It's like he was excited about it, so that was cute. Um, anyway, and I got to remember the black one goes on top, and then the white one on the bottom. Now these 2 pieces here. Um, This is the second new die set that I've worked with this month's release that had a very different way of making the eyes, and I like them both. I'm trying to think. The other one was, I think it was the Pooh collection. No, that's not it. These. Oh, it was oh, I need to change my screen. Jim's yelling at me, switch your camera. Sorry. Hi, Paula. Welcome. Anyway, the eyes, they make some really fun eyes. So this is the second die set that has had some really interesting eyes. This little one here from This is Life collection. And then this one has some very different looking eye pieces. And so, and I was showing you guys all that, and I didn't have my camera on the right screen. But anyway, you just line this white up on top, the black up on top of this white, like that. And then it makes just some really interesting eyes. Got to get it positioned on there correctly. I need to get it lined up better, I think. So anyway, they've kind of upped their game on the character's eyes, I think, because you're getting some interesting looking things. And I'm having trouble lining this up for whatever reason. Oh my goodness. We're going to get it. I'll have everything glued to my desk here in a minute, but all right. So there we go. And the heater's running. Just like Jay said, it's ridiculously cold. You know, Jay's in Wisconsin and I'm in Indiana. So it's just ridiculous how cold it is here. In fact, we've been getting like all these severe weather warnings, I think, due to the temperature. And I think we're supposed to get some crazy, crazy weather later in the week. So who knows? Anyway, just lining that up, and see how the eyes are very interesting looking. Let's see. Oh, the dumpster has interesting eyes too, does it? Do I have the dumpster fire? Let me see. It's in here somewhere. I've got like recent cards that I've made right here. Where's the dumpster fire? Did I give that away already? Huh. Maybe I did. I think I might have given that away already. Yeah. Who knows? Anyway. So yeah, I think I really enjoyed the eyes on the little pill set. I think that's called my favorite. Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Anyway, so now we got these ears, and I die cut out a whole bunch of them because I just didn't know what was what and which color I wanted to use with which and everything. And I put, they show you putting this on this side of this one, but I didn't do that because I wasn't paying attention and I glued it down and it was glued down. I couldn't move it. So I'm going to go ahead and put it on there like they show it for this one. But this is the ear, and it just kind of lays on the side of the head. You've got deboss detail on there so that you can see where it goes. But anyway, let's see. The dumpster card was cute. Thank you. I don't know where that is. I can't remember. We've had some parties recently, and so I don't know if that one went to. I can't remember. I had a kid birthday party that I took the card to, and I don't know. It could be somewhere in the midst of this newly organized craft room, and I can't find stuff. So anyway, so I will be doing a craft room tour video pretty soon. There's a couple of tweaks I wanted to do, and so I'm going to tweak it, and then I'll get that video out there and just kind of show you the craft room. I have a playlist for my craft room because it has been favorite side effect. Thank you, Denise. Yeah. It has been quite an evolution, my craft room, how it has changed along the way. And I had it one way and then I started changing it. And I don't know, it seemed like I just kept making it worse. Oh no, that piece, well, it's just going to have to go that way unless I die cut out another one. It's kind of going in the wrong direction. Use this one. It would lay on that one better. Let me see. Can I pull that off? I'm jumping ship here so that I don't have to die cut out another piece. Let's see. Can we do it like that? No, we can't. All right. Well, we're going to have to. All right. Trying to do a little paper surgery, but it's not going to work. So I'm going to need another piece, I think, because I don't have it in my bin. So we'll get that laid back down on there. And then I'm going to grab that die. There are some really strange dies in here, and I'm going to show you. That's why I said this is the weirdest die set. These that I'm working with are these little, they look like little teardrops. And Spellbinders has put like a little piece on here, I guess to keep it from being so small that you lose it. But you've got these, and I don't know which one it is that I need. So I'm going to die cut them all out, and we'll go from there. So that's what we'll do. Oh, wait a minute. Nope, that's not gonna work. And I use this Spellbinders, the really light gray color. I don't know, is it fog or smog or something? I don't know what it's called. So we're just gonna die cut them out. But those are the strangest. I was like, and it makes an impression in your paper too, from where the little tab is. I guess that's what it is. They made it a little tab so that you have a little handle. So it's nice to have those cabinets with kind of like a countertop because now I've got a place for all of my machines and stuff to set. So I can have them sitting out and, you know, just have them at my fingertips if I need them. I really don't need this piece, I don't think, because I already have one, but I need that larger piece. I just need to figure out which one I need. So there's that one, and here's the other one. Well, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, these are some teeny tiny pieces. And you've got some teeny tiny cheeks too that come with a set. So it does have some really small pieces. So if you don't like fussiness, this might not be one for you. But anyway, okay, so now we've got that glue. It's probably about dried up. Okay, so I need I'm pretty sure I need this piece right here. There we go. And then we just need one of these teardrop pieces for the other side. And I think they're the same. Anyway, so there's that. We've got the ears on and everything. Let's see, maybe the tab helps with the gluing. I guess if you put glue on there and then laid it down, maybe that might. That's kind of a good idea because you literally could. You've got the piece in there, and I didn't look. I didn't read. I don't read anything, but generally, I did cut the little. Maybe it has it on this little instruction sheet. We should look at it. But you could put a little dot of glue on that and then hold it over there and use your little pick tool to poke through the hole and set it down. So yeah, it very well could. That's kind of a good idea. I hadn't thought of that. Let's see what it says. Yeah, it just says cut 2 pillows and then it says layer eyes and attach behind the head is all that it says on there. But anyway, so we need our little muzzle or little mouth, I guess. And I die cut out a black piece to go behind there so that we'd have the little nose. And then you have a layering piece for the kind of the mouth and the little nose hole there. So it would show through. So we're just going to lay that down on there. Try and get it lined up nice and neat. And our little Regal pear are coming together. Is that what this is called? Yeah, Regal pear. I'm like scatterbrained. I wanted to take a nap this afternoon. Did anybody get a nap? I think it was the perfect day with it being so cold and everything. To just snuggle up with a blanket and take a nap. So I do have tomorrow off too, Jay. So hoping to craft. You know, Pink and Maine has been doing the tab thing with their dies. Really? That's interesting. I like that. It sure does help, especially, if you don't have these tweezers, I don't know how you, and this tool here, I don't know how you could even do some of these things because, I mean, the stuff's just too small to pick up. So you got to have a pickup and a poke tool. You did, and you do not have tomorrow off. Well, I'm sorry. All right, so we'll get that laid down on there. There we go. So we have got our 2 little Regal pear assembled now. You just got reverse tweezers today? I have 3 sets of them, and sometimes I have a hard time finding any of them. But I have my Cricut ones that came with, and then I have 2 of these cat scrappiness ones. And at the moment, I don't know where one of these are, but I do have those 2 laying there, so that's good. So next we have our pillow. Oh, I can't forget about their fancy little chains before we move on. We're going to have to get their chains on here. I want to see which way. So this one would go this way on our dog. And I just used some gold cardstock. And this is not Spellbinders. This is scrap. And it is some that I had gotten in a love from Lizzie Kit. And I just had some scraps. And so I just used it. But anyway. And we're just getting their fancy. They're Regal, so they're going to have gold. I cannot keep that thing from rolling around. And we'll get the next one on. And then we'll assemble their pillows. And then we need to think about how we're going to do a card. That's not too bad. We're 15 minutes in. I'm glad I did assemble the first dog while I was watching Jay because I had no clue how to assemble it. So it was nice to have a dry run before we went live. So there we go. So I've got a purple one. And I've got a pink one. And I went with purple and pink because we're doing Regal and Royalty. I always think of purples, I guess. So this is our pillow, and then we have this tassel that lays down on there, and I used gold for it. And I don't know how well it'll glue on this suede. Hopefully I can get it laid down there and not make a total mess with it. Not bad. So there's our little pillow, and we're gonna have a purple one for the purple dog and a pink one for the pink dog. I wasn't very creative. I just went with what I just kind of went with the color scheme. And my stomach is growling. I have not had dinner. For lunch, we had pork chops and like a gravy. And I didn't have enough potatoes for the size of the group that I was serving. So we wound up having baked beans, and we also had, I made homemade macaroni and cheese, and then we had some dinner rolls. So there's our pillow for that. Okay, so we've got that. Now we need to figure out how we want to assemble a card. So I've got the arches here, and I'm thinking that I'm going to use that, and I'm going to bring in another color. I thought this color could be really pretty with that. Let's kind of eyeball this and see how this might look with our dogs. I think it could be pretty. Obviously, they're going to have their cushions underneath them. And I don't have any sentiments. I didn't get a sentiment with a set, but I've got my Spellbinders little bowl of sentiments that we can use. So I think we're going to do something like that. But what we're going to do, is go ahead and take this, and I'm going to use the plate again. So if you put this around it, it's going to die cut out all three pieces, because that's what I did the first time. And so if we don't put that behind there, it's going to die cut out the inside and leave the A2 size panel there, I believe. So let's go ahead and do that, and we'll just take a look at it, doing it a different way. Let me grab I'd like to get my, I've got a bunch of little bits of die cut pieces on there, and I like to use that lint roller to get them off. So I just grab that real quick, and I'm going to get this laid down on here, and we will die cut this out, and then we can do a couple different colors. And Jim, you asked about my craft room. One of the things that I still have not done yet, hey Linda, welcome, glad you could join us, is I haven't got the piece for the Empress that holds the plates. I haven't done that yet. And so I need to do that. Now see, that didn't cut it out. I have trouble with it. And I've got the metal shim in there, but I do have trouble and I had somebody ask me about that in my comments. Because I said I have trouble with it die cutting heavier cardstock out. And I mean, I'm using that metal shim. So I don't know. But that's one thing I have found with the Empress. And if I try to line it up, it doesn't always line up very easy, and it winds up kind of trashing it. So that's one of the things that I have noticed. Oh, thanks, Linda. She's saying remember to like the video. So I'm just going to use this knife here, hopefully, and separate this. But anyway, that's one thing. And see, the middle piece did the same thing as well. And that's very frustrating to me, because that is an expensive machine. But I have noticed it consistently. And like I said, I'm using the shim. So just thought I would mention that. I'm trying, my knife's not very, I did a lot of cutting with this the other day, and I think I dulled it. So you shouldn't have to do this. should have cut it out. And this is the only of this color that I have, so I really, so see, you could layer it up, and that's what I wanted to do, but it's going to be a challenge. I should have used my Platinum 6, because I do not have this problem with the Platinum 6. So I'm just sharing for informational purposes. Okay, there we got it. So I actually have now 2 of these that I could do it. And this one, because I didn't put the thing around it, we've got that. But I'm not sure, because I was actually thinking about doing a shaped card. I've got a shaped card and thought we could do it. Maybe we'll go ahead and do that and layer it up this way and just do the shaped card. And hopefully you won't see all these little rough edges where I tried to, let's do that. All right, where I tried to just kind of cut it. Anyway, you agree your electric die cutter is weak compared to the hand crank? Really? Yeah, okay. Hi, Irma. Yeah, somebody in my chat was like, "Oh, you're not doing it right, and you're not using," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm using the middle shim." So, I don't know. I wouldn't expect that out of it. It wasn't what I was expecting. But anyway, so now we've got all these little pieces in here that I might have to pop out. I think if I'd have used my Spellbinders, it probably would have popped out. Might have been left on the mat. You usually run non-Anna Griffin dies through yours twice because they don't seem to be quite as thick as Anna Griffin. Okay, so maybe that's it. Her dies are thicker and her machine is made for her dies. I don't have any of her dies. However, I love them. I watched, I've watched some of her little shorts that she has and shows them, and she's got some beautiful things. They're very costly though. I think. Yeah, I'm not going to have any luck with that. Well, let's see. I have a change of plans here. We're going to give it another shot and we'll run it through twice and see what happens. So we've got a different color here. It's kind of annoying. All right. I'll go run it through twice. Sorry about that. Hopefully we'll get there. Let's see what happens. I don't know. At least that did die cut out. Now hopefully I can get these pieces out of it. Kind of getting a little derailed here. Usually with Spellbinders, I can just kind of wiggle and get them out when you've got detail like this. That'll be pretty, I think. I think that'll be pretty together. Let's see, what have I got? Let's use this piece. It doesn't have as many pieces in there. This is some different cardstock too. I don't think this is Spellbinders. It's thinner. I used it as a practice just to see how the die cut, because I didn't know if, if it had, I could have looked at it and saw the cutting edges, because sometimes, well, that outer piece doesn't, let me grab it. Because see, on the outer piece, you just have the rib, but this actually has a cut line on it. It's kind of hard to tell though, so that's why it was good to just kind of run it through first and just take a peek at it so I had an idea of what I was doing. But so we'll just get all that popped out. And then we need to get all of this popped out so that we have our detail. Anyway, into your top cutting plate. I've seen others say flip it over and cut into your plate when it's difficult. Oh, okay. Yeah. So now this is the heavier cardstock than Spellbinders, but it is, since I ran it through twice, it is popping out. It just takes a minute, but I like when you can just wiggle it and it falls out, but this is going to take a minute. And I suppose I could have left that in there, but I probably should have because it's going to be a pain. I don't know. Let's try this. Get a clean piece of this and see if we can get it to pull it out. I don't know if it will or not. Sometimes I can do that. No, it's not even going to do that. Sometimes I can just run this across there and it'll pull those bits and pieces out, but it just didn't cut it as sharply as it would have if I'd used the Platinum 6. And why I didn't do that and I used the Griffin again is beyond me, but I guess because I wanted to try it twice and see what would happen. But we'll just bear with me and we'll get these popped out. And we did okay because we had our dogs assembled in about 15 minutes, so that wasn't too bad. And I don't think the flowers will take very long at all. Just need to get our kind of our card base or whatever, our card design figured out. And I can tell some of these are going to be stuck on the back because they're not completely releasing. I'm almost there. Hang in there. Yeah, I'm going to have to get something to eat after we get done here because my stomach is growling. I've got my iced tea, so at least I've got that, but so I had a busy weekend. Oh, gosh, see, that doesn't even want to press out. I have to fight it. And we had our business meeting at the church, the church after church this morning, so I had to do that. I'm the treasurer, so I have to give the business the presentation on the financials. So I did that today and then had everybody over for dinner. And so it's a busy weekend. We had a family birthday party and my sister was in from Florida and we went out to eat together because they were just in for the party and they were going to head back early this morning. So I got to visit with them, which that was nice. Anyway, so that's what I've had going on this weekend. There we go. Now we've got it. All right, let's go ahead and get it laid down on our card base. So I went ahead and took the arch and created the card base. Let's see. What's everybody saying? You haven't used your Gemini metal plate yet, Jay? Patricia says the Gemini cuts through most anything. Maybe I should have done that. Let's see. Then there's like this hard roller brush that you can use. I had, Spellbinders has a poke tool and it has a hard brush. And I had that, but I broke it and I haven't ordered another one. So I did used to use that a lot and it is very nice to have that. Just need to order another one. They actually, mine was brown because it was an older one, but now they've got a white one. So I want to get that white one. And I think there are some different pieces that you can get to go with it, like your stylus, so that you can make the like those real fancy flowers that the what's the Cochrane lady's name? She makes. In fact, I've got one of them here. I was working on earlier. I did some ink splattering and then I die cut some flowers out. But I didn't like this one, so I made another one. But I'm going to have a video this week on that with a bunch of the Poet's Garden flowers that just came out. I'm going to have a video on that. So there's that frame. And then we're just going to keep going and just layer these up. And we'll have some white showing behind there. Yeah, some of those just don't want to come out. That one side in particular, it's almost like one side of the roller or something is off kilter. because it's on one side every time where it doesn't cut out as well. But anyway, I've got options because I have the Scout and then I have the Platinum 6, so I do have options. It's just kind of nice if you've done a whole bunch of die cutting to use the Anna Griffith. And you've got, I have the huge plates too. And so you can get a lot of stuff die cut out all at once on those great big plates. So there's some places where that didn't pop out, but I'm not going to worry about it because and it's not wanting to lay down. Get some more glue in there. We got some die cut hairs on there as well. So let's see. Her flowers overwhelm you. Oh, I love them. I love them. And I'm telling you, these ones that are in this collection are beautiful. Susan Tierney Cochran is her name. And she does, and I don't know if the overwhelm part, do you watch her videos, K McQ22? Because she does a video and shows you how to assemble them. And she'll show you how to roll them and bend them and everything. In fact, right before Jay went live, I had die cut, those out. And when I do a video like that, I'll roll and bend them all except for like one set. So I can just show the bending on one particular one, but they don't have to watch me bend and curl all of them. But anyway, I was doing that right before Jay went live because I was trying to get it ready for a video for this coming week. So let me show you really quick. Is it this one? Yeah. See, you take and you curl these all up and do a lot of bending on them, and it makes them look very, very real-like. But then you're also going to take a stylus on those and poke down in it so that they draw up, and they'll be really beautiful. But I took, just to show you, and I just used all of my sprays, and I created these different colored panels here so that I could die cut out some real colorful flowers, and that's what I did. So that's going to be upcoming this week. Anyway, and that was super fun because I don't do mixed media very often, and it was very enjoyable. I really was enjoying doing that. We got a lot going on there color-wise. That is probably a bit much. Wonder if I should reserve that for, let's reserve this panel for the other card that we're going to do, and let's go ahead and use our embossing folder for this one, and see if we can't. I just feel like it's too much color or something. I don't know. Do I have a white panel anywhere? Somewhere, something? What do I want to put these guys on? Maybe if I'd laid like a white piece over the center of that and had given them a landing zone. Could have done that, but what do you guys think? You like that? You're not familiar with her? Yeah, her name's Susan. I will tell you, if you're looking at, Patricia, if you're looking at the website, the Spellbinders website, and you're looking at those particular dies, when you roll through the pictures, there'll be a video where she will actually step you through and how to assemble them and everything. You guys think that's too much purple, or will that work? That's fancy. Well, it's Regal. Let's do it. All right, we're going to go for it. So we're going to need to get our little pillows laid down on there. I think what I'll do is I'll set my little my little Regal pair on their pillow, and then that will help me with my placement. So, yeah, I got excited about her flowers quite some time ago. And usually anytime they offer me the opportunity to work with her flowers, I do, because I really I like how pretty it is. And they're very, very dimensional. I will tell you um, that, for those, you're going to need a different kind of a package, or it's going to be a card that you're going to just tuck into a gift. Let's see. Emailer says, Shanna, try devoting one plate to cut into, especially for delicate dies. Also try wrapping new magnetic mats in press and seal. If you have any, it seems to help the mats hold up better and last longer. Hey, that's a great idea. Now, I usually do cut into, I generally use one plate to cut into. I generally do that, but I've never heard the press and seal, but I like that. And I understand, kind of the concept for that. Um, and it would keep all those little um, pieces of paper hair and all that off of there too. I think that would be a good idea. All right, this is what we're doing. Not sure if it's too much purple, but it is a Regal card. So we'll just get it laid down on here. I think I like the dogs better. For instance, here's the picture of the instructions. I'm not sure I'm into those orange dogs. I don't know what you guys think about it. Irma says I use wax paper or parchment paper for detailed dies. Now I've used the press and sew, like when I'm laying out a floral arrangement, to pick it up and then glue it down and then lay it back down, or when you're trying to keep your placement and stuff. But I've never used it on like my magnetic mats or anything. But that's a good idea. I should try it out for sure. Okay. Now, like I said, I didn't have a particular sentiment set with this particular card. So I thought we could bring something in from my stash. And I did take a bunch of, I used a bunch of them already, a bunch of birthday ones and stuff. So I don't have a lot to choose from. You know, I feel like, wasn't there something about a perfect pair? Or, this one's kind of cute, to the one that makes my heart smile. That could be a cute little, almost like it could almost be a Valentine card with it. Got a happy belated birthday that we could use or something on there. I think we could cover up one of their tells. These tells are pretty large. To the one that makes my heart smile. Anyway, I've just got a bunch of different sentiments that are die cut out that I'm going to use. All of us to a very special person. Cheers to another year. That could be a birthday card, something like that. Thanks for lending an ear. Hip hip hooray. I kind of like, I think that looks kind of cute because it's like a couple. What do you guys think? Anniversary? Yeah, we've got sending it to, well, that'd be more like and then we have You're My Happily Ever After. And these are just a variety of different sentiments. I think they're from the mouse. Or we've got Golly, I Sure Do Love You, and You Make Me Smile. That could be cute. I like that one. I'm going to go with that. All right. That's what we're going to do. I think it seems to be the right size and it can fit right up there and not cover up my dogs. So an anniversary would be a good, it could be a good anniversary card too. Um, anyway, Pat's cousin normally is in the chat, Kelly, and I haven't seen her tonight, and purple is her favorite color. She would love this. So anyway, all right, so that's going to finish that one off. Let's see if we can assemble these flowers really quick and see what we do with it. Now, yeah, I have got, just so I can show you that set, and we can use the embossing folder. Maybe it'll come together quickly. So what we have here are, we've got a pot for our flowers, and then we've got a bunch of greenery and stuff. So I think I'm going to build it on the card. So let's go ahead and get a card base. I have one somewhere. I'll just, that one's not any good. I've got a top folding card base here that we can use. And we have got some green and purple flowers. Let's just find. Can we do the opposite on this? Maybe. No, we don't want to do that. Okay, we're gonna use the embossing folder. I think I want to do white. Let's do white. I've got some white right here. This is what we'll use. Okay, so let's just go ahead and run this through the die cutting machine or and emboss it, and we'll have both panels. This is just a kind of a weird size that I've got going on here, but we're going to go ahead and run it through. Hang on. Got to get it lined up. I still don't think I got it right. With those 3D panels, you've got to have some muscles for them. They're pretty tight. All right, let's see what we got here. That's really pretty. So you can see that, and then we have this. I think that's gorgeous. I think the white will be really pretty. So we just need to cut it apart. And I don't like using this. I've got to get a new trimmer. I do not like using this for cutting an embossed panel. It does not work very well. There we go. I think we did all right. Yeah, we need to cut it down to size. Yeah. Come on. Well, there we go. We did all right. Okay, hopefully that'll work. And then we've got this other panel we could use if we want to use it for something else at another time. Okay, so that is really pretty. So we're just going to have just a white background. Oh, it's not quite right. I must have cut it a little bit off. All right. Well, I know how to fix that. We'll just cut the card base down a little bit. All right. Hopefully that'll work. There we go. Okay. So I think we're going to have just a white background. I think that'll be pretty. We could take and let's see what I got. Let's just put just a little pink on there from a blending brush that is just got a little bit of color left on it. I think that'll be pretty. Not much. There's not much color left on it. I don't know, can you even see that? There, it's just the faintest little bit of pink on there. I think that'll be pretty. All right. We'll get this laid down on there. Get any glue to come out. I think we're going to get it done. I don't think it'll take as long to assemble this card as it did the other one. And I've got issues here. All right. We're going to go with it. We can trim that bottom up later. Okay, so we've got these real leafy stems here that are included with this. And I need to get my picture out so I can look at it. This is what we've got here. So I'm just going to pull all these pieces out. And like I said, they're real leggy, kind of spindly looking. Leaves and stems and everything. And then we've got a bunch of little flowers, and I went ahead and, or leaves, flowers. Those are leaves. Those are leaves, Shanna. So we'll get those. And here's another one. And then we've got, I kind of copied off of one of the pictures on the website. Sometimes when you don't know what to do, you can just get some inspiration from the website. And so there was one that had kind of a gold backer to the flowers, and I thought it looked really pretty and would be regal. So I've got all these little pieces here, and we just need to get them assembled. So, and I don't have the assembly guide for this one. And there's one of my dies. I need to get it put back in there before I lose it. The leaves. Okay. So basically we've got, we've got our little pot that's sitting there. And then we're going to just layer these all up. So I think it shows like these would lay on here, and they actually have a layer with them. It's kind of hard to tell in that picture, but yeah, I think it's going to layer actually up on this. Yeah, and then on that. So these are going to be some gold flowers, which I don't think I've ever seen a gold flower, but that's okay. It'll be regal. And then I think you would layer that on there like that is how you would do it. So we'll do that and see how it comes out. And we're going to do two of these, I think, is the way the picture is showing that you'd have two of these. How's everybody doing? I'm not keeping up the chat. I have the Empress Elite. I had to look over there to see. Okay, so she wasn't happy. Jennifer McGuire wasn't happy when she got the Elite either. Let's see. I'm going to roll up here real quick. So even for the Platinum 6, you use wax paper between the die and the cardstock for hard to cut, usually fail proof. I'm going to have to try that. And E. Miller says, I've not used wax paper, but it must be a good thing to do. Anna Griffin actually sells wax paper. Huh, interesting. As new as that machine is, if it's cutting unevenly, I'd ask the company that it's covered under warranty. Just a thought. Great idea, Denise. I mean, it's not cheap. Which side should the waxy side face? And then the greens, purple, and gold remind you of Mardi Gras. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? So anyway, I got to figure out, I guess probably this big one will go on this big piece here, like that. It has a bigger landing zone for it, like that. And then we should have, do we have 2 of each? I don't know. No, it looks different. Looks like they did it like this. I'm just looking at the packaging and just trying to follow it. So I'll get my second one assembled same way. And then we'll stick it on there. Hopefully I have enough flowers die cut out. I don't know. I didn't count the number of places where you put a flower on there, so I may not have enough die cut out, but we'll work with what we've got. So learn something new every day. Yeah, we need to. I love that. You know, that's great. Lifelong learning, constantly learning, trying something new. There we go. And then this one, they kind of show it on that one. And of course, the size of that kind of lends you to think that the big floral is going to go on there. Okay, and then I've got these other ones, trying to figure out exactly how they go on there like that, I guess. And you can actually do a different color with these and inset it if you want. But I'm just going to let the gold shine through, I think, because I didn't die cut a different color out. But so you could have like 3 layers on here, because that piece there that popped out, you could die cut it with a different color and then you could lay it in there. So that would work. Trying to see, they actually stuck a leaf on that one and then put this one on here. Let me think, because they've kind of got these like all, I don't know, like this one, they have attached to that one to make it hang down, is how they did it. So I really don't probably have enough pieces for all of these, but we'll work with what we got. And it'll be okay. And I think I'm going to take this one. And I'm just mixing and matching here. I'm just kind of winging it to come up with some different flowers. So this probably isn't how it goes, but you can do it however you want. Let's see, what did I do? That one probably. I feel like I should have another one of those somewhere. Am I missing one? Oh well. I'll just get them laid down on here. And my heater's running, so sorry if it's annoying on the, yeah, there it is right there on the video. But I have to have it because it is cold. I don't know. I'm just winging it. I'm not going to use all these stems, I don't think, because I don't want to. Well, maybe I'll do it like they did and put the leaf on that one. All right. So we'll just stick some leaves on here. That's kind of how they showed it in the picture. So basically we'd have now, you know, they've got them hanging way down here. I don't think that's what I'm going to wind up with, just because of the number of flowers that I chose to die cut out with this. But, and I kind of like it that way better. I'm not sure I like it with all of that legginess. Usually when your flowers get like that, you want to kind of trim them down when they get real viney like that and everything. just going to get it laid down on there. 17 degrees in northern Illinois. Yeah, we were definitely in that range as well today. It was very, very cold. Went to church and came home and haven't been anywhere all day, and I'm fine with that. No need to go anywhere. All right. Whoops, we didn't glue that one on. So, all right. So I think we're just going to position these. First of all, I need to get all these little die cut pieces off of there. I think it'll be better to just lay them down on there. I want this one in the middle. And then I want this one to be this way. All right, let's just do it. We're just going to do it. All right. So if you like floral cards, I'm going to have some more later this week because I've got all that Susan Tierney Cochran stuff that I'm going to be working with. Will this cover it up? Yeah. And so we'll have some more flowers, and they're going to be mixed media because I gave you the sneak peek. But I've got several sets. It's called the Poet's Garden, and so it's got several different pieces that go along with it. And I think I have them all, so I'll be doing several videos with it. But and I'm ready to do some floral things after winter, and I'm certainly ready for, I'm going to actually cut some of that stem off. I'm ready for some good weather and some sunshine and some flowers and all of that. Trying to position how I want that. I guess it's going to be like that. Alrighty, we'll get it laid down on there. That embossing panel is really pretty. I know I've said it before. I just think an embossing folder can just bring so much to your projects. Just that extra detail really makes it look great. And they're not that expensive. I mean, they're one of the cheaper craft items you can buy, the embossing folders. So, but I think they really add a lot to it. Make it look really pretty. Trying to get that gold to stick is going to be a bit of a challenge. I'm going to add some more leaves. I think we could put some more leaves on here and use them up because they're going to go in the trash if I don't. I'm real bad about that. If I die cut out too many pieces or whatever, a lot of times I'll just put them in the trash. Sometimes though I'll save. I did save some of the Mickey set, and I was glad when I did because when they started doing these add-ons to it, I had like their arms and some of those extra arms and stuff, and so I didn't have to die cut those out again, so that made it nice. I don't know, do I want any more? Yeah, that'd be nice right there. And my fingers are getting gluey. They were earlier tonight. Well, I've still got some of that ink on there, but I used my Distress Oxide sprays and stuff, and I had ink all over me. So now I've got glue all over me. But that's okay. It means you're having fun. All right, so that's pretty. Got one more. Do we have room for one more? I could get carried away. I'm going to do it. Do it. All right, and then I just have this leafy vine here that we didn't use. So actually I have two of them. So there it is. So that is the, what is it called? It is called the Regal Blooms. Oh, let's see. Oh, Jim, thank you. He says thumbs up, share, and copy to support Shanna's channel. I really appreciate that. I'm going to just roll up and read the comments. Let's see. Kay McQueen, I'll trade your 17 degrees in Northern Illinois for my 15 degrees in Southeast Michigan. Patricia says pretty. ECR needs to use embossing folders more. I love them. E-Miller says she's addicted to them. I love them too. I've got a ton, and I gave away. I had, I might have told you guys this, but I gave away the entire year of 2023 because I had 12 from 2023, 12 from 2024, 12 from 2025, and then I have all these 3D and I was like, I can't store all these. I can't use all these. I need to. So I did give away a year's worth of them because I'm like, I can't keep living in this place if I keep adding all this stuff to it. So anyway, but I do love embossing folders. They are so much fun. But I've got a bunch of them. And I've got them organized by the month, the month that I got them. They're in the year, and then I've got them by the 3D ones. I've got them by number. So I like that celebrating you. I think that could be a nice one to put on there. I don't know. I'm going to leave the sentiment off of this one, and I'll leave it so that I know I can do what I want with it. But we've got two cards, and they're nice enough to take a picture together because they're kind of matchy-matchy. So anyway, we have got our Regal pear and our Regal blooms, and we've used the press plate, and then we use the embossing folder, and we've got them done. So I think they're really pretty. So let me just catch up with the chat. The Tonka lady, I'll trade anyone for my 10 degrees in Pennsylvania. The Tonka lady can't say I blame you, emailer says. Love it. And Denise said that's pretty. Well, Denise, thanks for watching as you were working. Appreciate it. I'm going to let everybody go, but I just appreciate you being here and hanging out with me. Daria and I are planning on going live tomorrow at 6 p.m. So if you're bored and want something to do, you can check us out on my channel 6 p.m. tomorrow night. And that's Eastern Standard Time. We are going to be working with club kits, I think. We're going to work with club kits. I did work with mine, but we're going to work with them again. So that's what we'll be working with. So thanks for stopping by. I hope you have a great week ahead. And if you've got the day off tomorrow, enjoy it. And I'll see you around in all the crafty spaces. Bye, everyone.